Hello and welcome to this week's very special bonus sequel edition of Using an SM58 for Everything, the series where we use an SM58 for everything. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe here for more ill-advised and unorthodox equipment usage. Alright, so this time we're going to follow up on a previous episode of SM58 for Everything where we mic'd an acoustic guitar and it turned out pretty excellent, says me. Now if you saw that episode, you might remember me saying this. If I wanted to record some acoustic guitar and vocals for like a low-key acoustic tune, and the only mic I had access to was an SM58, I feel like I could make it sound pretty awesome. If you haven't watched that one yet, you should definitely check that out. Now, I felt like what I said was maybe a little bit of a bold claim. So what I want to show you today is exactly what I was talking about in that clip. I recorded an acoustic cover song using only one microphone, the returning champion SM58. So what I did was take that guitar, mic it up with this SM58 in the placement that I liked best based on the testing that we did in the acoustic guitar episode. Also ran a direct input, and I laid down the guitar tracks for this cover song. So let me switch over to Reaper and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with this. Okay, so what I have here in this track is the SM58 mic'd acoustic signal that I recorded. So let me show you what that sounds like. Dry. It is currently panned, so let me just center that up for you. Get rid of that click track. And you can hear my Easy Drummer shaker effect as well. Let me just mute that as well. So you can hear it's a nice sound, just the Taylor recorded with SM58. And with effects, I just use a little EQ, a light compressor, and a little reverb. Okay, let me put that track back where it belongs. Now I'll show you the direct input track, just without effects. Here's that. Center it up. Again, a nice sound. Even less effects on this track for the way that I am processing this. I just have a light EQ and a little bit of compression on this one. And with everything together, this is what it sounds like. It's just the guitars. Without effects, just dry and panned. That's what they sound like. One more thing that I've done to this just to give it the sound that it has, I like to use the nudge tool, and I will select everything on one of my tracks. Like in a situation like this where I have stereo inputs for the same instrument, and I will take this track, say, and I would select everything, all the takes, and nudge it. You can nudge to the right or left, and what I'll do is nudge it to the right, which means pushing it later in time by a few milliseconds, which offsets it a little bit with this track. And what it does is it's sort of like a homemade almost delay between the two, and I'm sure there's probably a more elegant way to do this, but I just use the nudge tool and it works fine for me. So what it does, at least in my mind, is give sort of an illusion that you're inside the room with this instrument, because maybe it's off to one side, and in this mix you're going to feel like the guitar is a little bit to one side, and since the other side has a little delay, it's sort of like it's swirling around in the room with you. Alright, so this has been a sneak peek of a cover song recorded with an SM58. And if you're not subscribed here, this is a great time to jump on board because next week I'm going to do a whole video to show the finished song. This has been a special bonus episode of using an SM58 for everything. Catch me next time where we'll use an SM58 for something else.